to have a short show today. Multiple different reasons. Battery life, our other charger that we have bought over the summer. Apparently, I used the wrong AC adapter to charge it, so it doesn't work appropriately. So right now we're using this right here as a battery pack, and it doesn't necessarily it doesn't have the same charging capabilities as uh, a device that is for the purposes of charging. With that being said, let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. The first thing I want to say is we're going to talk about the YSL situation. For everybody that knows, currently Young Thug is on trial with other YSL members, and they have whatever the heck that's going on currently in court. But I found something extremely interesting, and I want to talk about this on the back of or at the same time as the Fani Willis situation, just so we could be clear. So I want to talk about this in conjunction with what's going on with Fani Willis. So I want to say something, and I want to be extremely clear on this. Uh, when we see about what Fani Willis is doing in the Trump trial, there's a lot of people that are saying that that's not a big deal. That what she did when she hired the Wade dude, that was just, people are just making things up because they want to attack this woman because she's a black woman and it's about oppressing black women and this and this and that. But I need to say something, and I need for y'all to pay attention to me. So if you had a principal of a school and the principal of that school had questionable morals, the principal of the school is doing things that would lead you to believe that they're not spending the money on the students, do you then say this was just a one-time thing, or do you look into this principal, this school, into this funding to see if this has been done on multiple different occasions? And if it's done on multiple different occasions, the different individuals who uh, negative things have happened to them or transpired to them, or resources they weren't allowed to have because of this behavior of the principal. You research the principal, right? You do an investigation on the principal. Sorry about that. You do an investigation. I'm telling the lady sorry because you already know it's those people calling to harass her. I be feeling so bad. Y'all don't understand. I be feeling so bad that these weirdo ass people call the laundromat people, and they call all these people up and start harassing them. I feel so bad about that. These people are just bad people. Anyway, in any regard, so the police should be here any minute. They're gonna call the police on me any minute and say I'm in here doing something. So the police will be here any minute. Also, I think that these people think that they could like *67 a number. You can't *67 your number to the police, fam. You do know this, right? You can't block your number to government agencies. I'm just gonna throw that out there because I think that there are some people believe that you can't block your number to government agencies. You cannot. With that being said, so I guess we're just gonna wait for them to call the police so many times that the police recognize some of these numbers and then decide to take legal action against them because they're gonna get tired of it at any recourse, right? At some point, right? In any regard, um, um, so y'all just gonna hear it ringing. I'm assuming they're blocking their number, so the lady ain't even picking up the phone if it says no number. And she a whole vet at this, so that ringing phone don't bother her. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Anyway, um, so Fani Willis obviously needs to be looked into, uh, because if she made this type of decision in this particular situation, which is a big deal, I need for people to understand how big of a deal this is. That she decided to hire somebody that she was in a sexual relationship with to a position that was going to get them paid more than what the normal people that work for her get paid. So she benefited financially from this. Sooner or later, this is going to get found out. This woman is going to be in so much trouble, you have no idea. This is not something that's going to go away. I just want to express that because I'm pretty sure that there's people that think that this is going to go away for Fani Willis. It isn't. So let me tell y'all what happened in the YSL trial the other day, which is absolutely bananas, and I don't know how you can allow for this to happen if you're a district attorney. So before we even go all the way into this, I want to say this. When you take a plea in court, one of the things that they ask you when you take a plea in court is if you are intoxicated, if you're high, if you've been on any drugs, if you're taking any alcohol. These are things that they have to ask you, because you're not allowed to speak in court unless you're of sound mind. I'm going to say this again. You're not supposed to be allowed to speak in court and have your testimony or whatever the heck it is on the record if you are not of sound mind. So if you are not sober, you're not supposed to be talking in court. So the fact that they had a dude get on the stand and say that he was so high that he don't even know if he could stay awake, how can the DA put them on the stand? How could the government put these people on the stand? You understand? Like, how can the government do this? So these are the things that we need to be looking into as far as this Fani Willis situation is concerned. In one case, she's hiring her boyfriend so he could make $1 billion. He's gonna make he's already pulled in almost $700K. So she hired her boyfriend to basically make $1 million, right? Let's just be clear. And now her office is putting some dude on the stand who's so high he could barely stay awake. So I get what y'all saying. Y'all believe that this woman is being attacked because she's a black woman. I think that the things are happening to her because of her inability to do her job in a professional manner. I think these things are happening to her because of the decisions that she's making. I think she's made a lot of bad decisions. We got lawyers and we have judges telling y'all that don't have nothing to do with Trump, that don't have anything to do with Biden. We have lawyers and judges telling y'all that these decisions that she made are not acceptable. These are unacceptable decisions that she made. She should not be doing this. We have lawyers and we have judges saying this. But yet you still have people that believe that the only reason why anybody is saying anything about Fani Willis is because apparently she's a black woman. Please get off of that time. That's manipulation. That's manipulation. If she was if it wasn't a black woman in this situation, and let's say it was a man, right now y'all be talking about how that man took advantage of that woman and hired that woman just so that woman could get that paycheck, and he probably took all of the money from her. This is what y'all would be saying. Y'all would be talking about how that man took advantage of that woman. Let's just be honest. So let's not act like this isn't a situation that Fani Willis benefited from, that the dude she was dating benefited from, and the people who were supposed to benefit did not. So I want to say something. I'm going to stay on this YSL shit for 2 seconds, and then I want to get on some other Fani Willis stuff.
Thank you.
You got it, my brother. I'll stay on this YSL thing for 2 more seconds. Hold on.
No downy though.
2 more seconds, I'm staying on this YSL.
I'm
So dude gets on the stand. He's incapable of giving any testimony.
How are you?
Jim. He's incapable of giving any testimony that can help. He's incapable. And what I mean by that is, he just said that he was high on the stand. Now, if he gets on the stand and says every single thing that Fani Willis and the prosecution wants him to say, how is the jury supposed to take that? You just said you was high. Then on top of that, you said that you stayed on all types of different drugs during the period of time where all of this happened at. So you literally, being Fani Willis and her administration and her office, pardon me, you literally put somebody on the stand who is of no use, and there's nothing that they're going to do or say is going to help you be able to convict this individual of whatever that they're doing, because we can't even use their testimony, because not only are they saying during the period of time that this happened in they had a bad drug problem, they're literally on the stand displaying that they still have an extremely bad drug problem. Why in the hell would any DA's office put this individual on the stand? Why would they put this individual on the stand? Oh, I wish I was standing at the door. That lady needed help. Why would anybody put these people on the stand? Why would you put this person on the stand? So y'all busy out here caping for this woman because she's a black woman, and y'all saying we got to stand by our black sister. But in reality, she making black women look bad right now. She making black, worse more, she making black women look like penis run their life, because she just made one of the worst decisions she could for her career. And she made that decision based on a man, right? So she's making it look like penis run your life.
Huh?
I'm just telling you what it is.
What you said I was telling you?
She making it look like penis run your life, eh?
Yeah. I'm getting
That's what she doing. She making it look like penis run your life. Fani Willis just destroyed her whole entire career for some dude because he was blowing her back out. Now tell me where the lies at. Tell me where the lies at. Tell me one thing I lied about. She just destroyed her whole career because she wanted some other lady's husband to blow her back out. She just destroyed her whole entire career. Tell me where the lie is at. Even on these other cases that don't have anything to do with Trump, they're making questionable decisions. First of all, they put a freaking detective on the stand that flat out said that he lies. The detective they had on the stand, one of the first people that got on the stand, he flat out said that he lies. He admitted it. Yeah, they have him on tape talking to somebody, basically saying he'll say whatever they need him to say when he get on the stand. Yeah, they got that guy on the stand. Then they had another dude on the stand that was the other gang member guy. I forgot his name. Turk, I think. I forget his name. But they had the other gang member dude on the stand. He didn't remember nothing. So they're just calling people on the stand, and they're hoping that these threats that they gave them in order to tell them that they have to testify because they're going to do this to them and they're going to do that to them, they hoping that people are going to fall for these threats. But these people have decided that they're not falling for the threats because enough people, I'm guessing, made certain moves that made them decide to just move differently. I don't know what to tell you, fam. This is what it sounds like to me. So they got dude on the stand. He too high. He too drunk. During the period of time where all of this was happening, that he was high, he was drunk, right? During the period in time where all of this was going down, where all of this was happening, because basically there was a drive-by shooting, and then there was an accident, and they're trying to put Thug at the scene of the accident and the drive-by shooting. But they can't put Thug at the scene of the drive-by shooting without Homeboy. So they're trying to use Homeboy to put Thug at the scene of the drive-by shooting. But basically he said he was too high during this period of time in his life. He was high as hell, so he don't remember nothing. And then on top of that, he got on the stand and he was high. If you the DA's office, all right, if you the DA's office, how do you do that? You the DA's office. So these people are making questionable decisions, doing questionable things, and they're hurting their own case. And these are the people that y'all busy talking about y'all want to go against Trump. These are the people that y'all want to go against Trump's lawyers. These people are getting ate up in court by everybody else's lawyers. Every single body else's lawyers getting ate up in court. Ate up in court. Getting ate up in court. What do you think Trump's lawyers is going to do? What do you think a lawyer for somebody who has $1 billion is going to do? If they, Trump, he don't got $1 billion yet, but anymore. But how do you think somebody is gonna do in court? How do you think they're gonna do in court against somebody who got $500 million? His lawyers is those type of lawyers. How do you think they're gonna do in court, fam? Explain this to me. How do you think they're gonna do in court? I don't understand why y'all still want Fani Willis on this case. The only people who should still want Fani Willis on this case is the people that don't want Trump to go to jail. The people that want Trump to stay free are the only people that should want Fani Willis on this case. We're going to walk all the way to the back. I think this lady is purposely trying to. She's trying to do what they trying to do and disrupt what we doing. But we're going to walk all the way to the back. That's what I think is happening. Watch. As I walk to the back, watch, I get louder for no reason. Watch. Watch, she get louder for no reason the further back we get. Watch. Anyway, good morning. Anyway, so as far as Trump goes, as far as the the situation with Trump and Fani Willis. So I'm looking at it like this, and I'm just being honest with you, and I'm just being honest, just flat out honest. If if she's getting ate up in court right now with the stuff that she's doing, as far as in her own case, where her and Wade just look like complete liars on the stand. Everybody thinks that they was lying. They said it was an odor of mendicity. That basically means that there was a belief that there was just lies happening. Like there was a odor of mendicity. Mendacity basically means that there's a, how do you say it? A pattern of lying. Like it's not just lying, but it's a pattern. So how can you be a DA, a district attorney, you run an office that's supposed to be based on truth and justice and all this other stuff, but basically when you get on the stand and when you testify, everything you saying and doing sound like you lying? I know y'all be thinking that stuff look good. I'm gonna say something real quick. I know us in the hood, we be thinking that stuff look good when people get on the stand and when y'all be talking with each other in private or whatever the case is, and people are talking crazy. Like you got one person, you know, da 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 da, but I'm right. And I know y'all think that makes a person look right, but that doesn't. When y'all out here when anyone is out here and y'all just making accusations against people, and then somebody say, well, prove it. And instead of proving it, you just make more accusations. That's proof you lying. You don't even have anything to back up your first accusation. It's like when somebody accused you of a thing that you didn't do, and then you're like, but you didn't do it. And then you prove you didn't do it, and you say a thing proving you didn't do it, so then they come up with a new accusation. They know you didn't do the first thing. They know they're lying. I'm going to give you a perfect example. I was talking to somebody about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I told them about that person that lied on me and said I did something that I didn't do. So then they said they're going to go talk to them for me. I said, why are you going to go talk to them for? They know they lying. You're going to go tell somebody that's saying a lie that you know that they're lying? And pardon me, you're going to go tell somebody that know that they're lying, and you're going to go, I think you're wrong about that thing. They know they're wrong. They're actively lying. They know that they're not right. So I basically told the individual, there's no reason for you to go up to them and tell them anything, because they know that they're lying. So, I mean, you can go talk to them if you want to. You could let them know that you know that they're lying, but they know that they're lying. There's no need for anybody to go talk to them. If they were going to be honest, they wouldn't be lying, right? But all of that also comes from what kind of home you come from. You understand? You got a lot of people that grew up with one parent or no parent. That might be to their benefit. You don't know who their parent was. You don't know what type of individual that was. When I go out there in the world and I see somebody just do something good just for the sake of doing it, the first thing that comes to my mind is whoever raised that individual did a good job. Period. That's the first thing I think. Whenever I see anybody, I don't care what age you are, I don't care if you're young, old, whatever. Whenever I see anybody go out there and do anything that is comparable to a good act, that is just from like good shit, I always say whoever raised them, it might not have been their mother, it might not have been their father. You don't know who raised them. But whoever raised them did a good job because they gave them a freaking conscience. The problem we got in the street right now is that a lot of people don't got consciences, and they think that makes them tough. They're like, oh man, I don't got no conscience. I'll do anything to anybody. No, that just makes you Satan. That makes it so Satan knows where he could go find himself a soldier. That's all that means. There's only one battle going on in the world. It's God against Satan. That's it. It's God's word, right? And the people who want God's word to live, the everlasting word, everlasting God, the one and true only God. It's the people who want his word to come into fruition against the people who do not want his word to exist. That's the only battle. Every single conflict you've ever had in your life revolves around that. Every single problem, every single conflict, when you realize that you treat people differently, when you realize that you abstain from some people's presence, when you realize that you try to be around certain people because you realize that they have God in their life, you might have God in your life, they might have God in your life. Together, y'all could bring God even more into your life. When you go deal with people who don't have God in their life, you're pushing God out of your life. Remember, Jesus did not come for everybody. He came for the lost sheep. They lie to you when they tell you that Jesus came for everybody. Because if you believe Jesus came for everybody, you believe that every single person can be saved. Every single person is not here for being saved. Some people are here to do Satan's bidding. That's why they're here. How can God know if he's in your heart if you aren't tested? How can God knows how much you believe in him unless you are putting faith into that belief? Explain this to me. People look at me and look at my situation and look at what I'm going through and they want me to give up. And I say, I got faith in God. I'm not giving up on nothing. And then they say, you stupid. And I'm saying, but you're literally telling me I'm stupid because I got faith in God. I had over $50,000 in student loans. I got down into the 20s. Now you want me to give up my dreams that I done spent $50,000. I done got $50,000 in loans for. You want me to give my dreams up because you don't like me? What if I told y'all that most of the things that we believe is wrong? What if I told y'all almost everything you know about American history is a lie? What if I told y'all most of the stuff you know about Earth history, the world history, is a lie? What if I told you that? Would you believe me? What if I told you black people inhabited, not just black people, but other people also, inhabited the Americas way before Christopher Columbus and all of those people got here? What if I told you that there's cities right now under lakes? What if I told y'all that? Now I want you to look at, and then I'm going to come back to our regular conversation, but you know I love talking about the Bible. But I want you to think about something real quick, right? So during Noah's time, the whole entire world was flooded, right? But we don't know if the whole world was flooded. We only know that the place where Noah lived was flooded. Now think about it like this. Think about it, the whole world wasn't flooded. Let's just say less of the world was under the ocean. Anybody ever looked at it like that yet? And they literally, have you ever been on a boat? I don't know how many of y'all ever been on a boat. Have you ever been on a boat? I've only been on a boat. I've never been on an ocean liner. But have you ever been on a boat? Do you know that you could go out and then not see no land? And if you don't know how to navigate those seas, you could be on the seas for freaking ever. You do know that, right? You do know there were so many ships just getting lost back in the day because everything looks the same when you're out on the ocean. You got to literally use the stars in order to navigate. So just think about it like that for once. The whole world didn't get flooded necessarily when that situation happened with Noah. Just what we knew got flooded. And if what we knew and was paying attention got flooded, then that means that there's areas that God is looking at because everybody exists, but there aren't areas where his people live. The places that got flooded is the places where God's people live. When we start realizing that not every single person is God's people, your brother might be God's people and you might not be. What are you doing in order to magnify God's name every day? I talk about God every day and I try to big him up every day and I try to promote his message every day. What are you doing every day to promote God's message? What are you doing every day to put God's name out there into the world? Because this is something that we're supposed to be doing every day. I just want to be clear about this. Let's get back to Fani Willis. Let's get back to Fani Willis for a minute. We haven't been doing lives in a while, so I'm rushing. And not for nothing, I want to go work on my videos for the day. To be perfectly honest with you, I want to go write my scripts and work on my videos for today. And if y'all want any there's a thing going on with R. Kelly. If y'all want me, I took down so many notes yesterday for R. Kelly. I was going to do like a video for R. Kelly yesterday, but I took down so many notes, it was going to be more than one video. So I think I'm going to do those videos today. I'm not 100% sure, but drop a line if y'all want me to do the R. Kelly videos. We'll talk about R. Kelly's situation for a couple of seconds so y'all can know what's going on with dude. So basically, his lawyers is trying to figure out a way to get him out of jail. That's their job. And he needs to stay in jail. He needs to stay in jail forever. I stopped looking at R. Kelly. I stopped listening to anything R. Kelly did or paying attention to the dude once they told me he pissed on some girl. That was it. I was done with him. So I haven't been listening to R. Kelly, doing anything with R. Kelly at all. No music, no nothing. Since whenever that was, like 2002, 2003. I don't know when that was. But ever since then, I haven't never dealt with R. Kelly again. You're not on my type of time, fam. You want some other stuff. The stuff you want, I'm not for. All right? First thing I'm not for is you can't mess with children. The second thing I'm not for is you can't be urinating on people. I'm just not for that. I don't agree with the tearing somebody down or doing something to make somebody look like they're less. I'm not here for that. I don't like the jokes. I'm not here for the behavior. I'm just not here for any of that. You know, we're supposed to be bigging each other up. We're supposed to be promoting each other. We're supposed to be encouraging each other. We're supposed to be helping each other out in life. God says use kind words. So those are the things we're supposed to be doing, not urinating on each other and trying to take photos of each other in negative, derogatory fashions and then putting that out into the world. Another reason why I don't deal with R. Kelly is when the situation happened with the urinating on the girl, that's the first time that I actually got confirmation of something that I had already known. And that is that these rappers, and it's basically what P. Diddy had been doing. So y'all are way behind the curve. And I've been talking about this on the channel since this channel existed. So this is not something I'm just saying now. This is something you can literally go back to any of my R. Kelly videos or anything like that. You'll probably hear me talking about this. But R. Kelly was basically making videos for the elite. So what R. Kelly would do is he would make, and this is what P. Diddy was doing and a lot of other dudes. I just don't want to throw nobody's name out there because I'm literally working in this field and I do run into these guys every now and then when I leave my house. I was just telling somebody today, I get invited everywhere. I just don't go nowhere. So what they do is they take these SEX tapes of people and then they distribute them around to like the elites of the world, and they basically sell these women and sell these men and sell these boys and sell these girls. They're basically saying, I have access to this person, this is what they'll do. Do you want to also involve yourself in this particular endeavors with these individuals? So that's what R. Kelly was doing. Basically making homemade corn videos. You understand? And then distributing them out to the elites. They've been doing this for years. This is nothing new. When that situation happened with R. Kelly urinating on the little girl, that's when I got confirmation that this was a thing. They didn't even say that back then, but I already knew this was a thing because I knew about this since the 90s. Keep trying to tell y'all, fam. Most of these dudes out here, these rappers and stuff out here, I'm trying to tell y'all, I be knowing these dudes, man. This is not cap. I know a lot of these dudes, man. I grew up with a lot of these dudes, and the ones that I didn't grow up and know personally, a lot of them we knew through people, fam. A lot of those rappers used to come down to Gerard and Walton and get their music mixed, fam. And Sheridan Avenue. I'm calling out places, fam. So people know what it is. Somebody like Nori will hear this and know what it is. Shout out to Nori. People in Queensbridge know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Queensbridge. I could just start shouting out places, man. They used to come to our neighborhoods and get their music mixed, man. By the niggas I know. You understand? Shout out to Busta Rhymes. Shout out to Busta Rhymes. In any regard, Busta Rhymes wasn't on. The dude went to Busta. Busta didn't come to the neighborhood, and it was somebody that worked that lived in Concourse Village. Not, but shout out to Busta Rhymes. He worked on a couple of Busta projects that went gold. I think one of them went platinum. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I was at the crib and I saw the fucking plaques on the wall, fam. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. A lot of these dudes, they was outside doing foolishness. I was outside with the dudes that was making money, fam. Those are the dudes I knew. I knew the hustlers. I knew the dudes, and not the drug dealer hustlers. I knew them too. But I knew the hustlers. I knew the dudes that was outside. I used to hang out with the niggas that, you know, remember back in the day, to be the dudes that be taking the pictures and stuff like that. You show up at the movie theater or whatever you got to do. I know all of them dudes. The guys that make the Don Diva album, the Don Diva book. I grew up with that dude. I know all of these dudes. Go look, you know, I don't gotta lie. You can go, you follow me on Instagram or anything like that. Go look at the people who follow me, fam.
High, low, or medium, whichever one you want.
Go look at the people who follow me on Instagram. I don't got a cat. I ain't got a cat. They lied to you when they told you all of this negative stuff about me. They lied to you, fam.
Let's see, when you press it, you pause it. Right. That's just to stop it.
When did they put a pause button on here?
Only the big one.
Oh. Okay. I don't ever use that one. I might use that one now and shit. It's gonna be like one shirt.
Yeah, so you get 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm not using that one.
Because it's make a dryer, that's why.
Yeah, that's why I need a pause button. Nobody don't want to give a second away.
But they good. Just gotta make sure this is clean.
Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, mama.
I go where I am appreciated at. I do not go where I'm tolerated. I go where I'm appreciated.
All he needs is for
Period.
the other one.
If I don't go nowhere where I can't compliment people. So if it's somewhere where I can't speak positively to you, I don't go there no more. I don't care what you're doing with me. But if I can't be positive towards you, if I can't say nice things to you, if I can't promote happiness and stuff like that, I don't go there.
All right, it won't get dry. Absolutely.
I'm trying to do God's will.
They do it.
Hopefully by doing God's will, I'll get into heaven. If I don't, I don't. But I'm still going to try to do God's will.
You have this on high? Yes.
All right, let's talk about it. What time is it? It's 9:10. Maybe we get some people coming up in here in a minute. I don't know if y'all can see I'm trying to get this thing off the camera. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, that's crazy though. How Fani Willis and her people called some person on the stand that was so high, or he said he needed water, and then the judge let it go on. Like the judge didn't kick him off the stand or nothing. Like how you even gonna allow that person's testimony? You understand? Like how can you even allow that testimony of an individual that plain and clearly says that they're so high that they're about to fall asleep on the stand? How do you even allow that person's testimony? Fani Willis, how do you the DA, how do you even allow that person to get up on the stand and testify? So this is what I mean. You understand what I'm saying? This type of time. This is what I mean. That type of thing. And y'all want her to go after Trump. Everybody that wants Trump to go to jail, y'all want her off the case. Trump is going to win the appeal. You do understand this, right? He's 100% gonna win the appeal. Because when they go to court, let's say Trump loses. Yeah, my lens is foggy. It is what it is. Copy? I'm sorry about that. Let's say Trump wins the appeal. Pardon me. Let's say Trump gets convicted. When they go for the appeal, there's too much reason. They're doing her department, and I'm saying, let's say Trump is 100% guilty. I don't care if he's guilty or innocent. I don't care if he gets found guilty. None of this matters to me. Let's say Trump is 100% guilty. They find him guilty. All of the things he's about to get all lambasted. He's going. All of the negative things is about to happen to Trump. When they go appeal, they're gonna win. That's why you have the Georgia State Bar, or I don't have the name of it in front of me, but the legal, the Georgia State with the law, they want her out.
That's not yours.
They don't want her to try this case. They need someone else to try the case. Now I'm going to explain to you why she isn't going to drop. She isn't going to drop off the Trump case because she knows that she cannot find him guilty for the thing that they're trying to charge Trump for. Just so we could be clear for all the people that's like he did something illegal, he just called up the governor and asked the governor could he find more votes so he could win. Every person does that. Like everybody that's losing does this. I don't know how to explain this to y'all. This is a normal thing for these candidates to be losing and to call people up saying, yo, is there any way y'all can find more votes for me? This is literally normal. This is something that people do, fam. They're just trying to pretend like Trump's the only one that's ever did it. Nobody's ever done it, and it's illegal. No, it's illegal if he tells them to go fake votes. If he's telling them to go create votes, that's illegal. If he said that, he's in trouble, period. There's no way around that. But if he's basically saying, yo, is there any way you can find more votes? Also, remember, y'all, everybody that hates Trump also talks about how unintelligent he is. So he's all of this unintelligent, all of this lack of intellect, lack of brains, but y'all accusing him of doing something that would basically take a smart person to do. Y'all accuse him of doing all of this shit that it would take somebody who really sat down and was a diabolical mastermind. And at the same time, y'all also talk about how he's not that smart and how he's... So I need for y'all to choose a side. Just so we can be clear. He didn't do anything wrong. I get it, people dislike him. He doesn't want women... He doesn't want men in women's sports. So there's a ton of people that hate him. He doesn't want men going into ladies' bathrooms and pretending to be women. So there's a ton of people that hate him. Let's see another reason. He doesn't want migrants to come across the borders willy-nilly. So there's more people that hate him. And shout out to the Supreme Court. Y'all know the Supreme Court said that Texas could guard their borders against non-Americans. So if you're an illegal American if you're an illegal alien trying to come into America, Texas can arrest you and deport you or do whatever the hell they want to do with you. You know what I want Texas to do? I want Texas to arrest these people and then sentence them to like 10, 20 years in prison. Because if they just start arresting these people and sending them to prison, less people will keep trying to come over. Just arrest them and send them to prison. And then after they get out of prison, send them back home. That's it. That'll solve that problem, fam. Because when you just send them back across the border, they just going to try to figure out another way to come back over, right? You need them to know that you're serious, right? You put a couple of these people in jail, a couple hundred of them in jail, you hold them. And make sure that you do it to the people that you know are criminals, though. You got places like Venezuela emptying their prisons and sending those people to America, fam. And they're openly saying that. Like, they're openly saying, we've emptied our prisons and sent these people to America. They're openly saying this. They're not hiding it. It's not a pretend thing. They're saying this openly, just so we can be clear. So, no. You take the dudes I'm not saying arrest the women. I'm not saying arrest the children. I'm saying you take the people that you can tell and you start sending them to jail. That's it. Remember when they were protecting our border because they was trying to stop drugs from coming in? Now they're not protecting our border. Imagine all the drugs that's coming through our borders right now. This is another thing people ain't paying attention to. Imagine all the drugs that's coming through our borders right now because Joe Biden is not protecting our borders. President Trump, and I'm calling him President Trump. President Trump told his people to go down there and protect the borders. Them niggas jumped in the damn truck and drove down there immediately. There was caravans of them going down there to protect our borders. What is Biden? Good morning. What is Biden? And just so we could be clear, I don't have a problem with migrants. Some of my favorite people will come from other countries. I have no problem with migrants. The majority of the people I grew up with weren't even American citizens, to be honest with you. And some of them were illegal. I have no problem with migrants. None. I'm just also under the belief that if America is going to allow all of these migrants to come in, the number one place that you cannot send them is to big cities. I'm 100% under that belief. You can't send them to places that are already overly populated and have crime problems. That doesn't make sense. So this place, New York City, I'm going to talk about some train stuff in a second. New York City already got all these problems. We have drug problems. We got crime problems. We got poverty problems. We got homelessness problems. We got, right now, we have mental health issue that is off the chain. I'm going to say something. You want to know why our mental health problem is so bad in America right now, in New York City specifically right now? Because the people with mental health problems are all banding together. Because of the internet, the people with mental health problems are able to find each other now. So they're all banding together and they're taking a mental health episode and they're trying to make other people crazy with them. You understand what I'm saying? See, like, I walk around all day doing stuff, and I'm pretty sure people think I'm being crazy, but I'm not. Like, when I walk, if I see somebody walking towards me, and there's certain type of person depending, I walk in the street. I avoid them, because I don't want no problems. But somebody just watching me, they probably think I'm having a mental health problem. No, I'm not. I've done walked next to this person before. While they're walking past me, they're gonna start talking or saying some weirdo shit to try to trigger me. I don't care for it. I don't want to walk past this person that's gonna badmouth me for no reason. I don't want to hear bullshit about me. I don't want to hear lies about me. I don't want people to try to deter me from trying to do what I'm doing in life. Like, imagine you know somebody that does a thing, and then you say that you're trying to help them, but you're not trying to help them do the thing that they're trying to do. You're not trying to help them. You're trying to just steer them in a different direction. You're not trying to help them. Let's say what it is. Imagine if somebody is a professional, I don't know, comedian, and they're having a hard time. Are you trying to help them get work as a comedian, or are you trying to tell them that they should go be a plumber? That, you know what, you should go get this security job. No, you're not helping them. They're a freaking comedian. They've been trying to be a comedian for 10, 20 years of their life. Now you're going to come out of nowhere and try to tell them that they need to give up all of that hard work that they did and they need to do something else. You're not helping them. You're trying to break their spirit. Just saying what it is, man. So we have people that just got mental health problems, and the internet makes it easier for them to be able to find other people that got mental health problems with them. And then those people go and they go focus on somebody in order to try to send that person crazy, get that person to commit a crime so that person could go to jail, get that person to die or whatever they could do. And then they sit back and they laugh. So that's what we got going on in America right now. That's what we got going on in New York City right now. It's just people with mental health problems. Like when I come to the laundromat, you think those people don't got mental health problems that calling this lady a million times? Of course they got mental health problems. You don't think those people that called the police the other day don't got mental health problems? Of course they got mental health problems. And they're somewhere laughing and bragging about it. They're not laughing and bragging about how they did God's will. They're not laughing and bragging about how they did something to bring somebody closer to God. They're not laughing and bragging about how they did something that helped somebody else's life out. They're laughing and bragging about how they did something that could hurt somebody. How they did something that could be negative. How they did something that could quite possibly, hopefully, we hurt that person's life so much they go kill themselves. So these mental health people, these people with these mental health problems, now the internet make it so they can find each other. That's the problem we have in America. That's the problem we have. I'm just saying what it is. What power we got? Oh, I know I'm just rambling a lot this morning. If nobody has seen X-Men 97, you are missing out. Go watch X-Men 97. It's on Disney Plus. X-Men 97, go watch it. If you have not watched it yet, you are missing out. First thing I want to say is this. I just want to give it a real quick, super quick review of the first 2 episodes. First thing I want to say is this. My favorite X-Men has always been Cyclops. Like my favorite Avengers always been Captain America. That's just what I gravitate to. The guy that does good because it's the sake of doing good. Those are my favorite characters and everything. All right? So I know Cyclops is kind of a dick, but he always tries to do the right thing. Period. So I like him. That's my favorite character. They did him right. They didn't make him look like he's a goofball because he's just a guy that shoot laser beams out of his eyes, because he's way more than that. And they're not laser beams, by the way. They're concussive blasts, but that's a whole nother story. They showed he had a Captain America moment, if everybody remembers, when Captain America jumped out of the plane and they was like, did he have on a parachute? They had one of those moments. It was just really dope. And one more thing that I'm going to say that I liked about it, y'all Wolverine fans are going to probably be pissed because it wasn't all about Wolverine. And that's another reason why I liked it, because I think too much of the X-Men content that has been being created over the last couple of years, they make it seem like it's Wolverine or nothing. And to be perfectly honest with you, I read maybe almost every X-Men comic book in the 1970s and in the early 1980s. I had a brother that used to go to comic book conventions and steal comic books with his 2 white friends. So in my basement, I had maybe about 70 crates full with comic books, like milk crates that was just full with comic books. Maybe 70, maybe more. And so I've read like almost every comic book up until like 1981. Every Marvel comic book almost. And this is no cap. This is real talk. And then after he stopped doing that, I had another brother named Mike Tashin, and he, followed certain comic books every month. So that's how I learned how to read. I learned how to read at the age of 3. So that was like going on 4. So I'm really, really happy that they did one of my favorite characters of all time, Cyclops. My favorite character is Spider-Man. My second favorite character is Captain America. My third favorite character is Cyclops. That's my favorite character, period. Spider-Man, for a myriad of different reasons, but the number one reason is with great power comes great responsibility. Captain America, because he just always does what's right, and Cyclops for basically the same reason. They basically all live with the same philosophy. Anyway, let's get back to what we talked about. Dope. It's just dope. I know it's about to go downhill. That's why I want to tell you about this right now, because I know they're about to do that DEI thing. I know they're about to do that DEI thing because they gotta always do that stupid diversity shit that always messes everything up. One more thing since we talking MCU and MCU for a real second. I want to say this. Miss Marvel was not liked when she was in the comic books. Nobody liked her. I'm going to tell you why in 2 seconds. She-Hulk, when she was in the comic books, no one liked her. Her comic books did not sell. Miss Marvel comic books did not sell. The fact that they made movies out of these IPs and they're busy trying to say it failed because men didn't want to go watch it and because men are being misogynistic or whatever the case is, no one ever liked these characters. I'm telling you, no one ever liked these characters. If you go back to the 1980s, I'm going to explain something to you. She-Hulk was in Fantastic Four, The Avengers. She had her own short-run series, and then she was like in another group. And the reason why is because no one liked her. So to keep her character circulating, whenever a artist was doing a story and he needed a strong person, they'll just write She-Hulk in. She was a whole whore. Like, she was sleeping with everyone, fam. She-Hulk slept with everyone, fam. Miss Marvel had a son by her son, who was the son she had. It's complicated. So some dude, I'm just gonna tell y'all real quick for the people that don't know. So some dude came from the future. I don't think they knew he was from the future. The dude came from the future. There was a whole arc where a whole thing happened. Miss Marvel caught cancer or some shit? How? Anyway, so Miss Marvel caught cancer. She was passing away. She was dying. She went and had sex with some dude before she caught cancer, I believe. And she got pregnant. Then they found out the dude that she had sex with was her son from the future, and the baby she was pregnant with was him. No one ever liked Miss Marvel, fam. The fact that they made a movie for her didn't make sense. Even in the comic book, she was considered to be overpowered. So they didn't know what to do with her. She has the Superman problem. The Superman problem is when your character is so strong, you don't have anything for them to go up against that could be seen as an actual challenge. So in these particular instances, you don't write strength against strength. You have to write morality against immorality. And that's where they failed in Miss Marvel. They had her going up against something that was presented to be or was supposed to be something that she had to beat like this, when they should have had her going up against something that she had to beat with this. You understand? Anyway, it's all right. And when you go to, I took a lot of journalism classes. I'm trying to tell you, I've been practicing. I've been studying for this and practicing for this for years, man. I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, so she's a terrible character. Nobody ever liked her. Nobody ever liked She-Hulk. The fact that they made movies for these people, I just don't get it. I don't get why I don't get it. I mean, also, y'all know the only reason that She-Hulk exists is because CBS had the Incredible Hulk, right? Remember when the Incredible Hulk with Lou Ferrigno used to come on CBS? So CBS had an idea to make a She-Hulk. The idea wasn't even from Marvel. But back in that day, when you make a character in the comic books, you own that character. You own the rights to that character. So when Marvel heard that CBS wanted to do a She-Hulk show, and this was in 1981, they immediately ran out and had a She-Hulk comic book written up before a She-Hulk television show could be made, so they could own the IP. That's the only reason why She-Hulk exists. She wasn't even created by comic book minds for the fact of creating the character. She was just created so somebody else couldn't own a Marvel character. And if you understand how prevalent this is in comic books, go look up the Micronauts, because the Micronauts was basically a comic book that was drew by Marvel Comics, but they don't own the IP to the Micronauts. That's why they can't use the word microverse, and instead they call it the quantum verse. That's a whole nother thing. I told you I could do freaking I could do content on comic books if I wanted. I could do content on film if I wanted. I could do content on all of this stuff. I just wanted to talk MCU for 2 seconds. So I just find it real strange that these people keep complaining that these movies aren't doing well and these TV shows aren't doing well when the comic book didn't do well. The comic book didn't do well. I forget why people didn't like She-Hulk. There was a reason. I didn't care for her, but I didn't dislike her. And just so we could, and just to really hammer this point home, Captain Marvel, the male Captain Marvel, that Miss Marvel stole powers, he was popular. He died from cancer, pardon me. Captain Marvel died from cancer, not Miss Marvel. She was dying from something else, though. I think it was cancer. I think both of them caught cancer. Somebody go look that up. Anyway, Captain Marvel was popular. They tried to gender swap Captain Marvel with Miss Marvel. Captain Marvel was popular. Miss Marvel was not. That didn't even make sense to make a movie for her like that. But we were excited. They just needed to do a better job. And I think as pretty as Brie Larson is, I think they needed to get somebody that was a better actress. I don't think she's a good actress. I think y'all complaining about the character when in reality she can't act. That's just my opinion. I don't think Brie Larson can act. I saw her in this other thing, a shoot 'em up television show called Free Something Else. I think it's on Max. Go check it out. I think it's on HBO Max. It's like Free Something. I don't know the name of it. It's like Free Something or other. It's like a shoot 'em up movie. It's pretty good. But she's the worst actor in that. She's just not a good actress. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. She's not a good actress. She's just pretty. And she doesn't have no butt. So, you know. I don't really care for her. She's pretty though. She's pretty though. Her face is pretty. She's really, really pretty. But she don't got no butt. And she's not a good actress. I don't really care for her. And also, they still haven't given her the did they even give her the short hairdo yet? Like, there's no reason to get Brie Larson. They got Brie Larson because she looked like the Captain Marvel, the most latest one from the comic book. But there's no reason to get her. If there's anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm rambling at this point. I'm about to go home. I got to write some scripts. If I would have brought my book with me, I would have been turned this live off and start writing my scripts. Yeah, I would have been turned this live off and started writing my scripts. Alright, I just want to talk about MCU for 2 seconds. I don't have nobody to talk about movies, but I gotta go get a girlfriend. Apparently, I think the people around here trying to. I've never dated I just want to say this. I've dated like only 2. I don't even think I've ever dated a woman that smoked weed. I think I dated like 1 girl in my life that even smoked weed. So I've never dated an alcoholic. I've never dated anybody that did crack. I've never dated anybody that did dope. Not that I'm speaking negative about anybody. I'm not. I'm just saying I think I've dated like 1 person in my life that ever smoked weed. So when y'all see these crackheads and stuff following me around, I have no idea why they're doing it. I'm not doing it. I have no idea why they're doing it. And I would date a female that smoked weed. I'm just saying, like, I haven't. Shit, I can't even tell you the last time I dated a female that drank. Like, you understand? Like, not that I want it. You understand what I'm saying? Just because I would. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want it. Generally speaking, most of the females, I'm a homebody. At least I prefer to be. So most of the females I date, I look for people who are kind of like homebodies also. I don't really want to date the woman too much. I want to be out at the club all the time. I don't really care for that. And I do think, how you doing? And I do think that you have a right to be at the club, so I'm not trying to stop you. Yeah, it's just something that's just thinking about. Let's talk about that situation that happened the other day with the young lady that lost her life, the twin girl. I want to talk about that for 2 seconds. For everybody that don't know, just recently there was a situation that happened in front of a bodega in Brooklyn. Some young ladies had went to the bodega at night in order to be able to go and get themselves some snacks after a club. These were not outside girls. These was girls generally that, you know, they weren't outside girls. You understand? Allegedly. But you know that everybody say that. So they went to a party or whatever the case is. After the party, they go to the bodega to go get sandwiches and beef patties and stuff. For everybody that's not in New York City, so we don't have the Waffle House. So after the club and stuff like that, niggas usually head down to, if there's a diner, you know, in the area, or if people could head to the 24-hour bodega, you go get yourself some eats. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. So they was there getting whatever they was getting. And while they was in there, some dude comes in there, some other young boy. I'm assuming he's in his late teens, early 20s, probably late teens. And he starts trying to pick one of them up. And I guess he didn't like the way that she responded back to him. Now, before I say anything else, I just want to put something on this. Ladies, y'all got to be mindful of how y'all reject some of these dudes. Y'all got to be mindful. Because a lot of these dudes nowadays, they're not coming from households that got men in them. They're not coming from households where a woman could say she's not interested, and then that dude doesn't have an emotional response. You know? So y'all got to be careful about how y'all tell these dudes y'all not interested. They've got some lady standing in the front on the phone. I wonder if she's in here to try to create a situation for me. We're going to see. So y'all got to be mindful. These dudes aren't coming from homes that got patience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our young girls and young boys right now are being raised in homes where the authority figures don't have patience. One of the best things you could do for your child is listen to your child when your child is talking. I'm not saying follow what your child is saying. I'm not saying agree with what your child is talking about. I'm not saying try to big up, co-sign anything. I'm saying the simple act of your child speaking to you and you being in that moment and listening to what they're saying and treating them like the things that they say have value, that's not happening in our homes enough. We have too many homes now where children don't feel like they're heard. You know, and specifically because they're children. So these children are going out into the world, and there's a couple of things that they're doing. One of the things that they're doing, very sadly to say, is she might have came in here to call the actual people, to try to have like the actual people call. Like, you don't never know. Like, people do evil shit, fam. Like, I know I be telling y'all people be doing weirdo shit, and I know a lot of times y'all be like, that can't be done. But 9 times out of 10, when I tell you I believe a person is doing something, they've done it. Somebody has done this already. I'm not just saying anything. This is things that's already been done. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. So, and I want to say this and I want to be clear. These children aren't being raised in homes where there's patience. These children are being raised in homes where they see people arguing at each other all the time, yelling and screaming. They're being raised in homes where people are saying things that are obviously wrong and forcing them to live by it. You're destroying the reality that your child lives in when you're forcing your child to live a lie in order to make you feel comfortable. You're making it so that that child doesn't how do you say, they're not living in reality. If your child isn't living in reality, how can you bring God to them? So a lot of times, the reason why these kids are so easily to be tricked out here on the streets is because the home that they're coming from is not fair. They're living in a home that is not fair. What do you think is going to happen when they step outside their door and somebody treats them more fair than they're being treated at home? A lot of people aren't losing their kids primarily because the streets are so bad. A lot of people are losing their kids because you never had them. You never took that step towards them. You never show interest in them. I don't know why that young man decided to stab that young lady, other than he was having an emotional response, and 9 times out of 10, he was probably reliving something in his life that happened to him previously. We live in a cruel society right now where people are just actively walking around trying to figure out how to do evil things to other people for the most benign and frivolous of reasons. Just, that's the world we live in. There's no question of that. We're not going to debate that. That's a fact. We live in a world where I'm in here doing a live stream and we got people calling up the place where I'm doing a live stream at in order to try to get them to disrupt what I'm doing. Why? You're not even here. So you just wake up every morning and trying to figure out what evil thing you could do to Jack Frost? This is your life. I promise you, some of those people have kids. Their kids is coming outside and spending time with your kids. Let me move. She's trying to get my channel demonetized. I told you. I told you. Same lady. I told you. So now they got the lady up front. So now when I walk up front, because that one's trying to get my channel demonetized by playing music. So when I walk up front, let's see what this lady is going to do. You know she's going to do something. Let's see what their play is. You know she's going to do something. Let's see what the play is. This is Satan. This is how Satan works. Satan, this is how Satan works. It is what it is. You just gotta live with it. I really don't know what to do. That's why I just moved. And then people be like, yo, but why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Because what Satan wants me to do is, Satan wants me to have a problem with a thing so they could then pretend like I'm doing something to somebody when I'm not doing anything. You understand? So I have to be mindful that I don't allow for Satan to create a situation where I just, even if me being polite, like even if I'm polite, you understand? That's not going to be enough. You understand? So it don't matter if I'm polite, none of that matters. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. So, and I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I don't want nobody to get this, like I'm not trying to talk crazy. But when y'all females is out here and y'all tell a guy y'all not interested, talk to him like you care about him. Talk to him with kid gloves. Talk to him with kindness. Because y'all out here and y'all busy making jokes, talking about how you were like, going hard at the dudes. And these dudes, they not growing up in households with men. They not growing up in households with any type of real stability. They're not growing up in households where there's any love, any caring. They don't know how to accept rejection. They don't know how to accept a no. You understand? So when you tell them no, you have to tell them no kindly. Give them a compliment as you telling them to no. No, it's not about you catering to anybody's feelings. It's about you getting home to your loved ones. This young lady was stabbed in her chest because she didn't want to give some weirdo her number. That shouldn't even be a world we have to live in. But that is a world that we have to live in because most of our world is just negativity and hate. We live in a world that's just full of negativity and hate. We live in a world where you have so many people that all they're trying to do is figure out how to be a negative impact in another person's life. This is the world we live in. We're not living in a world where people are like, let's be kind to one another. We're not living in a world where people are like, that person is in need, let me go to be their support. Do y'all remember when our page was popping like crazy? Do y'all remember all of the people rents I was paying? I was paying niggas rents, man. When our page was popping, I was paying people rent. I was giving people money for their car notes. Remember that? Remember that? Okay, so Aaron, who's your, and then also, for some strange reason, people are always talking about, I'm talking about them. I'm not even talking about nobody. I'll be talking about a situation that applies to them, and I don't even know it applies to them. They guilty conscience make them think I'm talking about them. So then they go tell people I'm talking about them. I don't even know that it applies to you. I don't even know it applies to you. I don't have the slightest idea. Who's your cousin, Aaron? I don't know this Aaron guy, and I don't even think I have a cousin named Aaron or a person in my family I know named Aaron. Who's your cousin? Eric Mackey? I don't know who that is. Do I know who that is? I do know who that is. Don't talk about that guy on this page. I'm going to delete that comment. Don't talk about that guy on this page. If that's the dude I think it is, I'm not friends with him. I don't want to talk and say nothing. I don't like saying nothing negative about nobody, and I damn sure don't want to say nothing negative about somebody I don't like. If I say something negative about somebody I like, it might be a lesson. I say something negative about somebody I don't like, it's just spite. I don't want to say nothing negative about people I don't like. So yeah, don't bring that guy's name up. I appreciate you though. I don't care who's talking about me. I hear you. Please stop bringing that person up. I don't want to kick you. I'm not giving you another warning. I don't want to kick you. Please don't bring that person up or bring any negativity up. If people want to hate on me, that's they right. They letting God know where they stand in life. That's it. I don't care. I keep telling people I don't care about stuff like that. They just go lie to people and say that I get angry about stuff that I don't get. I don't know. People just lie for him. You can't stop a person from lying. You bring that guy's up in my chat again, I'm kicking you. I'm letting you know what it is. Anyway, I'm getting back to what I'm talking about. So we got to be mindful, because unless we're going to start doing what we should start doing, you're welcome. You're welcome. Dapper. All right. There you go. Yes, sir. How you doing today? He's a good guy. Every time I see him, he say, "What's up?" All right.
Yeah, what's up, all right?
Have a good day. Okay. That was him. That's my homeboy right there. He's good people. she was waiting with him. I didn't know who she was waiting. I'd be skeptical about everybody, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's a lot of widows out here. But no. So homegirl, just so we can be clear, homegirl. Pardon me. Y'all women, especially y'all mothers out there, y'all gotta start. It's not about catering. Well, you gotta cater to some of these new young boys. These new young boys, they're just females with muscles. That's the best way I could put it. They're just females and not all of them, but a lot of them are just females in male bodies, man. I'm not surprised so many dudes is talking about they feel like they transgender. Sheesh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not surprised some of them, what was I saying? I'm not surprised some of them consider themselves to be transgender. Is that homegirl daughter? She fine, fam. She's fine, fam. She definitely could do the Instagram marketing, like easily, not even hard. Like easily. She could get 1 million on Instagram, like, oh, sheesh. Anyway. Good morning. Oh, I want to say thank you because I heard about something that happened the other day when you was like sticking up for a brother when he wasn't around. I appreciate you. Have a blessed day. God dang it. Fucking me. Anyway, what you talking about? Come on. I've seen you like 3 or 4 times. I was in the middle of talking. How you doing this morning?
I'm okay. I don't know. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
I'm Jack. Don't worry about it.
Zach?
Jack with a J.
Oh, Jack. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good. Don't worry about it. You having a blessed day today?
Say that again?
You having a blessed day today?
Just I hope the weather gets warm.
We woke up, my brother.
I'm just like
we woke
everybody.
up, my brother. We all having a blessed day today.
It's just cold. It feels like November outside. You know, it's just.
Generally speaking, March is the windiest month, right? So we should expect for it to be a little windy.
It's just cold. You know, this has been a strange
It's
weather.
been a strange winter.
Strange.
That's a fact. She's fine. She's fine. I think her man be out there though. I think she got a man though, so I ain't gonna want to say nothing to her. But I think she got a man though. If she didn't have a man, I definitely want Howard. So we have to, ladies, women specifically, you got to talk to your daughters. They got to start treating these dudes with kid gloves. They got to start, you know, when you reject these dudes nowadays, especially these young boys, you got to do it with kid gloves. These dudes are not emotionally, they have no emotional control over themselves. But that's by design. You know, they're trying to get the young boys to kill each other. That's why they got all of this weirdo-ass music out here. That's why all of our music they try to play the most has to deal with blacks killing blacks, or women not respecting men, or men not respecting women, or women not respecting themselves, or men not respecting themselves. That's why all the content is like that. They're trying to program us into hating ourselves. You get it? So we have to work on that, and the only way to work on that is at home. When I play music, I like a lot of the music that comes out now that might be a little bit edgy, but I prefer to play the music that's good for the soul, good for the heart. You understand what I'm saying? The music that got a message in it that I feel like that message needs to be trumpeted to the world. I prefer to play that music. Well, all of that being said, homegirl rejected dude couldn't take it. He stood outside the door waiting for them to come outside. I want to know why no one called the police. We got to get off of that not calling the police shit. We got to get away from that. I want to know why, if you see this dude waiting outside for these girls to come outside, yelling and screaming, kicking the door, having an issue, I want to know why nobody called the police. I want to know why the people that own the store didn't go out. It's not like it's a dude waiting for another dude. This was some dudes waiting for some chicks. I want to know why the dude that run the store didn't go outside and be like, yo, fam, you got to get up out of here because we not having this. See, I grew up in that era. I grew up in the era where if somebody was chasing you and you ran inside of a bodega, that nigga just, they couldn't chase you no more. They had to get up out of there because some people in that bodega wasn't letting nothing go down in their bodega or around their bodega. I grew up in that era. Coming back?
Yes.
Yay! Bring a coffee. I'm just joking. I had coffee this morning. Yeah, I grew up in that era. I grew up in that era where we was community and we cared about one another. I grew up in that era. I didn't grow up in this era that we grow up in now where it's all about how much you hate another nigga and your friends is dependent on who y'all communicatively hate together. Like whatever the community, like you, people are literally finding communities to join based off of who y'all hate rather than find communities to join based off of what y'all love. I don't understand this concept. I don't understand none of this. That's our problem. So you got to train your daughters. You got to teach your daughters that when they telling these dudes no, they telling these dudes no in a way that these dudes don't feel diminished. That they telling these dudes no in a way that at least makes the dude walk away in the same energy he came forth with. You understand? That's the problem. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you what I thought was dope.
Trash.
When y'all came in and your son rushed to hold the door for all both of y'all. Can I get that now?
Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
You also have a blessed day. That mean that she raising that little dude right. He got some kind of morals. He got some kind of values. He know how to conduct himself in public. We supposed to be applauding each other for stuff like that, but they don't. You let one of his peers see him carrying on in the way in which his mother's trying to bring him up. They're gonna probably make fun of him. See, we ain't grow up like that. My dudes that I grew up with, when we was, you're welcome. When we was out in the street, we was as hood as they could get. Don't get it confused. But whenever older folk came around us, whenever grown folk came around us, we straighten our shit back up, fam. Whenever grown folk came around, whenever the grandmothers came around, the grandfathers came around, the uncles, the aunts came around, we straightened up. You welcome. Have a blessed day. We straightened up, fam. We straightened all the way up. That's what's not happening now. People are having these older folk come around them, and instead of straightening up, they feel like they can still be however outlandish they want to be, and then that person got to accept it. There's just no respect. That young lady lost her life because some dude walked outside with a kitchen knife. I think if they find you outside with a kitchen knife, you should get more time than if they find you outside with a switchblade. Because if you're outside with a switchblade, you might just be walking around with a switchblade because that's what you carry. You outside with a kitchen knife, you outside to kill somebody, fam. We ain't even playing with it. We ain't even playing with it. You could be outside with a hunting knife, fam. You outside with a kitchen knife, you outside to kill somebody, fam. That shit don't even fold up. What are you talking about? That shit don't even fold up, man. I think parents need to start being held accountable for the crimes their children do, period. I think that until your child reaches 18, if your child is outside doing certain crimes, I think the parent should also be held responsible. I think that more power needs to be put back in the parents' hands. I think that we need to take some of the powers away from these schools. think we need to take some of the power away from the government. I think people should be allowed to raise their children. I think we'll have less children in the street doing crazy if people was allowed to be able to raise their own children. People can't raise their own children, fam. Now, I'm not putting it on that young lady. She had the right to tell that dude no. Obviously, that was the right way to go. Don't get this confused. What I'm saying is we need to start dealing with people understanding that most people are not emotionally capable. They're not emotionally equipped. You understand? We got to start dealing with them on that level. They're not emotionally equipped to deal with this. So I'm going to tell you no, but I'm going to tell you no in a way that don't make you feel like I'm diminishing your value. I'm going to tell you no in a way that you can still walk off and feel good about yourself. I'm going to tell you no in a way that it's not going to take away from who you are. And this is why females need to be feminine. Because if the female was feminine, she's going to turn the dude down in a way that's not going to tear him down. If she's masculine, she's going to come to him with that same masculine energy, talking crazy, acting crazy, and then depending on whatever his mental health problem might be, if he has one, is how he's going to respond. But if she comes to him with that femininity and she turns him down with that femininity, that's a whole nother area. That's a whole nother thing. Men can accept that. So we need to start raising boys to be men, and we're raising boys understanding that at some point that boy is going to be a man. And we're raising women, girls, with the understanding that at some point that girl is going to be a woman. So we're trying to give that young boy the values that we believe men should have. And we're trying to give that young girl the values that we believe women should have. That's going to solve so many of our problems. When women realize that masculine men don't respond to masculine females, people start wanting different. Actual masculine men don't respond to masculine females. Feminine men respond to masculine females. And I don't care what no woman says. Every woman wants a masculine man. No woman wants a feminine man. All right? Very few. I guess there's out there. Nothing's 100%. But women want a masculine man. If you want a masculine man, you have to be feminine. So don't be masculine out there. Go get some dude and then complain that that dude's feminine. You masculine. What did you think you was going to pull? You thought you was going to attract a masculine man by trying to be more masculine than the masculine man? That only works in movies. That only works in movies. That don't work in real life. That's why all of the strippers is stealing all of y'all husbands. Because the strippers already know the more feminine they be, the more dudes is going to do what they want them to do. That's why the strippers is getting all the money. The strippers ain't getting all of the money because they look better than the non-strippers. The strippers are getting all the money because they're being feminine. I'm telling you what it is. You can take it however you want to take it. The strippers are getting all the money because they being feminine. It don't got nothing to do with the way they look. I mean, I guess they look good also, but I've seen some absolutely terrible looking strippers that niggas is in love with. So, it is what it is. So, I've only been to a strip club 3 times in my life. Other than 2 times that wasn't for work. Only 2 times that wasn't specifically for work. For everybody that knows, we used to go to Paper Rain. Shout out to Paper Rain. We used to go to Paper Rain during the Tekashi Treyway trial. Paper Rings in Brooklyn. And we used to go there because they used to have a talent night where they used to let people get on the stage and perform. So we was going there to film the people that was performing and help the rappers get their word out and stuff like that. That's why we was out there. I've only been to a strip club twice, other than that. And both times that I've been there, other than that, it's because I just happened to be with some people that was going. It was never I want to go to the strip club. One time it was my brother's birthday, so I went to go because it was his birthday. And that was at Sin City. I don't think they open no more. That was in the Bronx. And another time, I just happened to be driving around with my other cousin, and we was in Queens, and we went to some strip club out there. It just is what it is. But I'm not into that. That's not my thing. And this is all like, when I went there with my brother and when I went there with my cousin, this is like 10 years and better. Like, this is like, no, this is like 10, this is before I was even on YouTube. This is like 10 years and better. I think this is before I was on YouTube, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. When we went to the one in Queens, that was before YouTube, and I'm pretty sure the other one was also. So it was before YouTube, man. I'm a homebody, man. I like to create and make things. I can't create and make things when I'm outside. I can create and make things when I'm at home, you know? I feel so bad for the twin that survived. I feel bad for the twin that lost her life, but I really feel bad for the twin that survived. It's one thing to lose your brother or lose your sister, especially at a young age, but to lose your twin. To lose your twin, that gotta hurt. That gotta hurt. That gotta hurt. Like, it's one thing to lose your brother or your brother or your sister at an early age, but to lose your twin, sheesh, man. That gotta hurt her. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that gotta hurt. Lose your twin? Sheesh. That gotta hurt. And y'all wasn't doing nothing. Y'all was just outside and some dude couldn't take no for an answer. Just couldn't take no for an answer. Some chicks can't take some chicks can't take no for an answer. I'm gonna tell you about some shit that happened to me in 2 seconds. So I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna put y'all in a game about something. I'm gonna tell y'all about something that happened to me. Now, the first thing I wanna say is this. This is basically somebody not taking no for an answer. I think people assume because I'm a man, I'll just have sex with any person as long as they got a vagina. But I'm actually really picky, like really, really picky. I wish I was less picky. Like, this is a real thing about me. I really do wish I was less picky. Like, my life does not need to be this hard. I wish I was less picky, but I'm really picky about everything. Not for nothing. Not just who I sleep with. I'm just really picky about most things. So let me tell y'all what happened real quick. So I'm trying to set this up. What the fuck you walk over here and look at me like that for? What the fuck? So I'm trying to set this up so I can be over here doing the thing. Maybe trying to like mumble to me. What the fuck is that? Do I know him? I don't think I know that guy. I don't know what the fuck his problem is. Anyway, so let me tell y'all what happened. This is wild. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to. But this is wild, and this actually is a thing that happened. So, if you know these people, if you know, I don't want to tell nobody who it is, and I don't want to say too much because I'm going to lend it to it. But if you know who these people are, yeah, I don't understand what that says, so I'm removing that. That's Korean. I don't know how to read Korean, though, so I don't know what that says. I'm asking that you write in English and not Korean. And you're wondering how I know that's Korean and how I know that's Korean and it's not Chinese and it's not Japanese, because I could tell the difference between the characters. Okay. What's up, my brother? Yeah, I can tell the difference between the characters. So whoever wrote that was in Korean. I know the difference between the characters. I learned a couple of words in, my niece actually speaks Mandarin. She's fluent, apparently. She did some trips out to China. Anyway, in any regard. So I'm at these people's houses. I'm not going to say who it is, but if you know me and you know them, you know who I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. So there's no reason for y'all, the people who the story is about, to come out and say I'm talking about you. I'm talking about my own life experience, and I'm not naming you. If you say that I'm talking about you, that's you just wanting to interject yourself into something that I'm doing. I'm talking about my life experience, which I have a right to do. So let me say this real quick. So there was these people, and I was at their crib, and we was playing spades. And they roofied me. They tried to drug me, fam, and tried to get me to get into a sex thing with them. So let me tell you what happened. So we sitting there and we playing spades, right? We smoking a little bit of weed, we playing a little bit of spades. They bring out my drink. I'm not a big drinker. So when they bring out my drink, they only ever bring me one drink because I'm not a big drinker. If you pour me one, that one drink is gonna be fine, especially if you making the shit strong, one drink is gonna be fine. So they came out, they gave me a drink. I took a sip or two of the drink, not even that much. After a little while, I start not feeling well. So I'm like, I gotta go. But they're busy trying to get me to stay. They're like, nah, just lay down. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. Now, it's two chicks and it's a dude. I want y'all to, it's four of us. We're playing spades. It's two chicks and it's a dude. And they're like, nah, don't worry about it. I'm like, yo, I don't feel well. Like, because we've been smoking a little bit of weed. So I took a little bit of drink of what was supposed to be Hennessy and Coke. I took a little bit of the drink of that, and then after a couple of, like a sip, and then after a couple of more minutes, I maybe took 2 sips, I wasn't feeling well. So I was like, oh, I gotta go. My head was like this, I was like, couldn't really walk, I was dizzy, my stomach was messed up, I was like, fucked up, I was like, I gotta go. Them assholes tried to convince me to stay, and then on top of that, I didn't even think they was trying to do no sex thing with me at this point. I just thought I wasn't feeling well. Then while I'm walking out the door, the damn girl started busy telling me she just snitched on themselves and basically said that they wanted to have a fucking sex party with me. Nigga, they tried to roofie me to get me to do a sex party with them, fam. And then accidentally, because I'm not feeling well, I'm busy trying to explain to them that I would never have sex with them. But I would never have sex with them two women because you're literally, I can't explain the situation because I don't want to snitch on nobody. But even if they were the finest women in the world, I still wouldn't have had sex with them because of who they were. They weren't people that I looked at like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can't do this. I look at y'all in a certain way and I hold y'all in a certain area in my brain. I'm not even gonna, that's not something I could do. I'm not a pervert, fam. I don't look at everything and get aroused. That's not me. So I'm busy looking at them and I'm busy trying to explain to the girl while I'm walking out that basically this is not gonna happen. And I said it a little bit too rude and I basically was like, I would never have sex with y'all. But I didn't explain because I wasn't like, I'm not that, you know, it's not, it's because of who you are. I mean, I don't find them attractive either, but one of the reasons why I don't find them attractive could be because of who they are. You understand what I'm saying? I don't look at you like that. Like, what the hell? But yeah, they tried to roofie me and have a sex party with me. Now watch some people jump out the woodwork to want to own that. Watch some people jump out the woodwork and want to own that. People hate when you got morals and principles, fam. They hate you. I promise you. When you got morals and you got principles and you just don't do any old thing and you're not down to do any old thing, people hate you, fam. It is what it is. Love that hate, because that's God loving you. Remember, God said that the world so hated him. Tried to roofie me and have sex with me, fam. Fam, I'm not that fine, fam. I'm an alright looking guy. I'm an alright looking guy. I know how to put myself together. You haven't even seen me cleaned up. If you seen me cleaned up, you'd understand. You haven't even seen me cleaned up in years. You'd understand, okay? But I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not looking to bang nobody. I'm looking to have somebody to like go like the rest of my life with. Like that type. That's the type of shit that makes me interested in you. Not the ability to have sex with you, but knowing that we're gonna be together for a long time. Knowing that we might get married. Knowing that we might have a life together. Like that's the stuff that, like, you know, does it for me. I'm not in, I don't really care about none of that stuff. Like, I'm enough. I don't need, I can't, I don't, this is a PG show. I don't really, I don't want to really, but I'm enough. Just saying. What time is it? We could talk for a couple of more minutes. We just bullshitting. I'm happy they let me film it. Shout out to this laundry. Shout out to you guys. Oh, the main reason why we having a live this morning is because some asshole was in Popeyes trying to troll me yesterday. So that's why we having a live. Some asshole, some African dude comes into the Popeyes. He like always got like a big book bag or some shit. He's like African or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he is. But he comes into Popeyes periodically and just sits there and just talks shit about me, trying to get me angry. I'm guessing, so I'll say something to him so that he could like call the police on me, or he could try to like have me banned from Popeyes or something. That's what I'm assuming he's trying to do. So that's why we got a live this morning. Because of that guy. So fuck it, let's do it live. Maybe we do more consistent lives. I don't know. I wish I would have did a live yesterday. I came into the supermarket. I came into the laundromat yesterday and it was packed as hell. I would have did a live yesterday. The only problem with doing a live when the laundromat is packed is that it's also really loud. And I don't have a mic right now. I need to get another mic. But that's the only issue. But there was like a lot of people in here yesterday. That means that there was people that could have joined in on the conversation. I would love to have people, come and give their little, 2-3 minute, conversations with me about whatever topic. I wanted to do a thing out here in Brooklyn where I just sit on the street corner and let people come up and just, I do that here. Only reason why we don't do it is because of the people that follow me, the homeless people and the crackheads that follow me around. It's the only reason why I don't do it. Just so you know. If it wasn't for the homeless people and the crackheads and stuff like that following me around, trying to start fights with me all the time, I would have been brought out a couple of chairs, sat them on some street corner, and then, gave people the opportunity to come up and just talk. Like whoever, I don't care. I mean, I do care to a degree. Like if I don't fuck with you, obviously not you. But yeah, that's the only reason, because of the homeless, because of the derelicts and the people that keep harassing me all the time. That's the only reason why I don't. I would have been there. It's not that I don't want anybody talking to me. I don't have a problem with people talking to me. The problem is the majority of the people that come talk to me is the people that's trying to be funny and start a problem with me. That's the issue. You understand? I don't have a problem with people talking to me. I don't have a problem with people saying hi to me. I don't have a problem with nobody asking me no questions. I don't have a problem with none of this. The issue is that the majority of the people that come up to me to talk to me, like almost the majority of them is only coming up to me to try to talk to me, to try to trigger me. You understand what I'm saying? Coming up to me saying weirdo shit that don't even make no sense. Remember when we was in the Bronx and I used to just go walk around and talk to people all day in the street? Remember that part? Remember? We was in the Bronx and I used to just walk around and I just pull up on people just and let them talk their shit. So I ain't lying. Y'all gotta be so pissed that she just letting the phone ring and she ain't even answering it. Y'all gotta be pissed, right? Y'all gotta be pissed, right? What are y'all doing? Y'all be like, let's keep calling and blocking the number. So now all she gotta do is look over there and see the number blocked. I hope y'all don't block the number one of these times so we can get the number. And be like, look, police, these people are harassing. And it's coming over to telecommunications. So that means that it could also be considered a federal crime, because any crime that's committed over the telephone can be considered a federal crime. Any crime committed over the telephone, any crime committed over the internet, any crime committed over any kind of telecommunications could be considered a federal crime. So hopefully one of these times they forget to block their number, we can get the number. And call the police, be like, look, these guys, they be harassing us. And then they're going to be like, no, we wasn't. And then more harassments happen. Finally, somebody get on the ball, give it a couple of weeks, give it a couple of months. And then they're going to go look for the number. Then they can do some subpoenas, hopefully. And they be like, yeah, but you called this business 30 times in a week. And you hung up before they answered. Yeah, but we blocked our number. You can't block the Fed, you can't block your number from feds. Like, they can't be... You're welcome. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. This guy just blocked this lady in right now. She just came to leave, too. They about to leave, though. She ain't going to be there no time. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. It's a good day. It's a good day. Had a nice cup of coffee. Had a blueberry muffin this morning. It's a good day. I got designs on other stuff. I seen that super cutie this morning. Super cutie. Seen that super cutie this morning. Super cutie. I think she got a man though. That lady gonna try to get out of that spot. Is she bananas? Ma'am! Whoa. Sheesh, that lady was about to tear her car up. Some people blocked her in, but they just pulled up. They fucking hood is popped. So they just pulled up and they blocked her in. But like as soon as they pulled up, she came to get her car. You're welcome. So like if she would have came 5 minutes earlier, they wouldn't have been there. And she was about to just absolutely tear her car up. I think she fucked up the tire already. Hold on. Yeah, I think she found them. Whoo, she was about to tear her car up, fam. Patience. What was we talking about today? Patience. You gotta have patience. God might be saving her life by making her leave a little bit later. We don't know. No, did you try to store in the corner? Because there's 3 of them over there.
White car, no?
Yeah, because you can't get out of there, man. That's going to be an accident. I'm sorry they did you like that. He should have pulled up further. Whew. She was about to tear her car up, man. If I didn't go out there and say nothing, it would have been it. She would have been going to the damn... She would have been going to get some body work done. It's a good thing I was standing here. Ah, I got a good deed in for the day. She found them. Like, this is the dope part about being alive. You know? I might never, like, I'm gonna see the lady again. She lives in the neighborhood. But, like, this is the dope part about being alive, you know? Making a fucking difference. Now, let's see if she screwed herself up too much. No, she didn't. All right, boom, there you go. This is the dope thing about being alive. When you're doing something that matters, like even if it's tiny, like that mattered big to her. You know, if she fuck a car up, fam, everybody know how it is when your car go bad. Your car go bad, that might be all of your finances to keep that shit up and running. We all know how that go. What time? What charge? What time we got? Battery signal. Expect some videos today. I don't know if I'm gonna do the R. Kelly video today. I might have like 3 or 4 R. Kelly videos coming up though. Because I did a shitload of research on R. Kelly yesterday because of him trying to get out of jail. Basically, his lawyer filed a notice with the court for an appeal based on, they're saying that the RICO charges that were used against them, they had too much latitude, basically. Pardon me. And the way they use those particular RICO charges, basically you can put a fraternity into a RICO, but that's what it's supposed to be for. I don't care how legitimate your business is. If your business could be the most legitimate business in the world, but then if your business does do something that involves criminal activity, then they might be up for a RICO. And that was the argument that the made to oppose their particular situation. I don't have all my papers in front of me. I might do a video on it. So that's probably about 2 or 3 videos. I might line those videos up today. I'm not 100% sure. If so, expect those videos to be out by Saturday. Depending on if I do them. I don't know. Expect them to be out by Saturday if I do them. And expect some more Fani Willis, because there's a couple of more things that I do want to speak on that, because that shit's just absolutely hilarious to me at this point. So there are a couple of more Fani Willis things that I want to talk about, just so we can be clear. And expect I think I want to do at least one more video today on the situation with the subway. I want to know, why do people want that young girl to get arrested? Like, why do people want home? Is this really just a race thing? Is people really just mad that the black dude got shot? So black people are saying, why don't she get arrested because she stabbed him in the back? Look, I don't care who you are. I don't care what race you are. If you're a woman and your man is getting jumped and you have the opportunity to help that nigga and not get hurt, and you do that, I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry. Not mad at you. Not going to hold nothing against you. I'm just not mad at you. I don't know why people want that young lady to get arrested. First of all, he got stabbed with his own knife. That's the knife that he took out and that he put on the damn seat. He got stabbed with his own knife. And then he got shot with his own gun. All of these things that happened to him was his own doing. What the fuck? If we got anybody at all in here, could y'all just drop a frost? I just want to make sure that I'm still on live. Ah, there we go. We still here. Something happened. Thank you, by the way. I like being silly. I'm so upset that I don't have the opportunity to be silly more. Anyway, so I'm not for that. I don't want homegirl to get arrested. Homegirl that stabbed that dude in the back with his own knife, I don't want her to get arrested. I think we have too much racism going on right now because black people feel like we got to stick with each other. But I want us to feel like we got to stick with God. I want us to feel that way. I don't want us to feel like we got to just stick with the next human being doing whatever the next human being is doing. I want us to feel like we got to stay inside of God. That's what I want us to feel like. Because too often, somebody will be doing the wrong thing and then try to pretend like you got to be with them because we all black. You got to be with them because we all women. You got to be with them because we all men and we standing against the other side. We being oppressed. Nah, I'm for God. God first. If the thing that you're trying to do isn't resonating with God's name, isn't holding God's name up, then I don't know if I want to be a part of it. If it's not something that we're going to do, that I could then speak about in the same instance as God, I don't know if I want to do it. I might not want to do it. That might not be something I'm interested in. God in it. But that's why you got to be careful. Because I want to say something else. I want to find out if that man was being stalked. I want to find out if that man was being stalked. Because we got a stalking culture now in America, especially in New York City. So I want to know if that man was being stalked. Even if he was being stalked by somebody else and not those two people, I want to know if that man was being stalked. I think a lot of the stuff that's happening in the public right now, where you got people just doing rash things that we can't understand, I think those people are being stalked. I think those people are being stalked by individuals online, and sometimes when they snap, it's not necessarily them snapping on the individuals that they're being stalked by. That's what I think is happening. You got a lot of people out here that their lives are miserable. They're unhappy, and all they want to do is try to make other people's lives worse instead of trying to improve their own life. They're not even thinking about improving their own life. They're just trying to think about how to bring other people's lives down so their life could look better in comparison. They're not even thinking about improving their own life. It's not even a thought. Not even a consideration. That part, just so we could be clear. I gotta get ready to go because my spot is gonna open up in a minute where I could go work at. I mean, I could probably work here, but I like sitting down in the Popeyes. Oh, they already open. So we gotta get ready to get out of here. So like I said, if I had a workstation here, but on the mornings that there is no morning coffee, I might show up with my computer so I love writing my scripts. Y'all don't really get a chance to see my script, and if you saw my script, you probably couldn't understand the way that I write them. But I love writing my scripts. I love taking out information. I'm great at this. I was a really good college student. Like really, really good college student. Really, really good. Did you go home, boy? Thank you. You're welcome. Really good. Really, really good student. But we gotta go because I gotta get to other work. So we gotta get up out of here. I don't know if I'm gonna have the morning coffee tomorrow. Probably not. But we're gonna try to get. We dropped 3 videos yesterday, 3 10-minute videos yesterday. We're gonna try to we're gonna try to do more than 3 videos today. I'm probably gonna get. I don't know how many I'm gonna get off today. I got I think 2 lined up. Sans the R. Kelly, without the R. Kelly. I got 2 lined up currently. I'm not sure how many videos I'm gonna actually do today, but I got 2 lined up. And I got a couple of things that I'm looking at. And then I got some other videos that we might just do because they're already in the chamber. Like I already took down all the information. All I gotta do is record the words. Like that's it. I already took down all the information, so everything's already good to go. Yeah, all I gotta do is record the words. Everything's good to go. With that being said, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, please go out there, have a blessed day. Go find something to do that's worth doing and stamp God's name on it. Don't be scared to let people know that you love God. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't be scared. I don't care that you're not perfect. God don't care that you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. If you busy out there talking about how you love God and then somebody tries to bring up your faults, know what side they're on. All right? Know that only Satan does that. When you out there and you bigging God's name up, God isn't going to talk about your faults, fam. All right? But when you out there and you bigging up God's name, and you out there and you trying to tell people about all the things that's going on with God, and you trying to bring people to God, Satan is going to say, but what about your faults? Satan is going to do that. Satan wants to distract you. Satan wants to prevent people from coming to God. Satan wants to make sure that as many people hate God and go against God's will and go against God's word as possible. So don't be discouraged when you're out there and you're trying to big up God's name, and you got people trying to bring up your past. You got people trying to talk about things that they believed in you to have done, and this and this and that. That's all I gotta say on that regard. What up, Florida State? Is that the real Florida State? I don't know if that's the real Florida State or not, because that person is not green team. Florida State is usually green team. Oh, have a blessed day. Did those come out the washing machine? The food? Okay, so I got this other thing that I used to do, but I don't do that more now that I live in Coney Island. And that's basically, I used to just walk around telling people jokes all day. Like I used to just, like complete strangers. I do not know these people from nowhere. And I would just walk past people and just tell them jokes all day. If you've ever dated me, you know this to be a fact. If you've ever hung out with me for more than 20 minutes, like especially before I moved to Coney Island, you know this to be a fact. I just walk around and tell jokes to strangers and make strangers laugh. Just being funny. Love it. So yeah, don't be discouraged. Florida State, you see how we've been dropping those videos? Would you like to have some of your posts in my actual videos, in my YouTube videos? Would you like a couple of spots? Have you been seeing? I've been putting Arthur D. Glass up in. I've been making him spots in my videos. Would you like to have a spot in some of my videos? I give you the great deal, but only for today. Well, for any day, but I give you the great deal. If you're interested, hit my Instagram. If you're not, it's fine. Yo, DM me right now, fam. One, because I want to make sure it's you. And two, I could use some business today. Do a little bit of business with me today. I could use some business today. Do a little bit of business. You do a little bit of business on your end, I'm going to do a lot of business on my end for you. Do a little bit of business. I'm going to drop you on every video we dropping today and tomorrow. Do a little bit of business with me today. I'm going to drop you on every video dropping today and tomorrow. You're going to be in it. That's Florida State. Salute. Every video we drop today and tomorrow, you're going to be in it. You do a little bit of business with me today, and I can guarantee that's going to be at least 6 videos, because I plan on doing a minimum of 3 videos today and a minimum of 3 videos tomorrow. But it's going to probably be more. Also, just imagine how you might change the hearts of some of the people who hate God by doing business with me right now. Remember, the more we band together and stand together, the better it is, you know? The more we band together and support each other. In any regard, we're gonna finish this live right now. You can let me know how you feel on Instagram. I'm gonna finish this live right now, and I'm gonna finish going out with all of our going out stuff, and then I gotta get up out of here because it's time. All right, so I'm running late. All right, so go out there, find something positive to do in the world. Go do it. There's a lot of people that love God, but it's hard for us to find each other nowadays, because there's so many people that they're just enamored with confusion and chaos. There's so many people that are, their lives revolve around trying to create destruction rather than trying to build beauty. We're trying to meet and trying to associate with the people that want to build beautiful things. We're not really trying to associate with the people that's trying to create destruction. We're not really trying to associate with the people that's trying to destroy beautiful things. We want to be part of the people that want to create beautiful things. So with that being said, I love y'all. Please go out there, do something positive in the world. Stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. That's all I got on this one. I'm out.